Yes, we have another question from Mark. And he said, with new consoles on the horizon, end of the year, I think Xbox announced, or Microsoft announced this week, that the Xbox is coming out in November now.
Yeah, it was leaked apparently.
Yeah.
Um, for some reason I can't remember where it is, but somewhere in the States, accidentally started selling the new controllers. Um,
Yes, that's what I thought.
and on the box it said like "Do not open until November the 6th" or something like that. So it's now thought that November the 6th is the big day, which seems really soon. I know it was the end of the year, but it feels like only recently we were talking about it coming out, and now it's nearly
Probably
here.
trying to get a head start on Sony, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Mark's saying with that and the PS5 coming out, um, they're both looking at around £500 in the UK, I think, could be more or less. He said, is it worth buying these when there's so many kind of online gaming options? You've got the Xbox one, is that the Game Pass?
Yeah.
You've got obviously PlayStation Plus, or I think there's PlayStation Now. You've got PC online gaming, which is come on leaps and bounds through Steam. I know me and you both use Steam, so
Yeah.
there's so many alternatives that cost a hell of a lot less. Mark's question is it worth investing that sort of high sum of money again in a new console?
Personally, I will end up getting the Xbox without a doubt. I've had the last however many iterations, 4 has it been? No.
From the original Xbox
Yeah,
360.
so original 360, Xbox One, and then I've got the One S.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I will, just because I'm loyal to the brand now as such, and I've got loads of games from it. But I think that the weird thing with these, and I think we said it in a recent episode, is that you look at the latest technology that these consoles are bringing, and it's really stuff that's been around for a long while. It's not like it's new to a console, and it's new to anyone who can buy that package and stick it on their telly and get this thing. But if you've had a PC for any amount of time, some of the things you would probably, the amount of RAM or the graphic capabilities, or just, that some of the selling points in these new consoles is they use SSD hard drives, and you think how long they've been around. It's crazy.
Yeah.
To reduce the load time. So personally, I will get one, but I always, with the new consoles, I like to wait. The
Yeah.
costs will come down. All the bugs that it'll have will be ironed out. The games that are coming out on it now are probably equivalent to some of the games you've already got on the console. So it's there's not a lot of incentive for me. But I have a PC as well, which is fairly not high end, but a very well spec'd PC. And
Yeah.
like Mark said in his thing, every week, Epic, because Epic have set up their own game store and they're trying to compete with Steam and doing very well at it. They give away 2 free games, like
Right.
just for having that store installed. You get 2 free games, So things like that, great. I've
Yeah.
got a library of 50 odd games that I've not paid a penny for, just because they're given away for free, and the sales they do. I think recently I got GTA 5 for free, and then because I got that for free, they gave me a £10 voucher,
Right.
which I could use in the sale to buy a game, which then cost me about a tenner to buy another really top end game. And then when I bought that, they gave me another £10 voucher. And you just think, well, this is crazy. If
Yeah.
I had an Xbox, or if you was doing the same on an Xbox, you'd be looking at like 50 quid for some of
Yeah.
the new games, wouldn't you? And
Yeah.
but saying that on the Xbox, I'm sure it's the same with you on the PlayStation. By having Xbox Gold, Live Gold, you get 2 or 3 free games a month anyway with that. So
Yeah.
there's no shortage of entertainment as such with them.
Yeah. And I also think the step up now from console to the next generation isn't. I don't think it's as big a step as what it used to be back in the day. I
No,
mean, we spoke
definitely
about
not.
it before,
Yeah,
moving up to PlayStation, the first one
yeah,
from a SNES or whatever, and that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think now over the years you slowly, certainly from probably maybe PS3 up to a 4 from me. I don't know about from your side, but I you can see the difference, but they're
Mm.
more subtle. They're not like, wow, now I feel like I'm in the game.
Yeah.
It's just kind of smoothened out picture quality and things like that,
Yeah.
and the gameplay. Obviously, the loading times are a lot quicker. I agree with you, I think if I was a young kind of my younger self, where I would play games or on PlayStation or whatever a lot more frequently, then I'd be more keen to have it kind of sooner rather than later. But now, as a parent, and my kids aren't old enough yet to really be gaming just yet. Although I have used I've dug out my NES Mini for my son to have a little play around with, because I think the layout of the buttons is a little bit
Mm.
simpler. He's nearly 4, so he's enjoying just getting a feel of it, and I think it's a
Yeah.
lot different to having a controller with 8 buttons
Yeah.
with a D-pad and an analog stick. So but going back to it, I just don't think for the time that I invest in gaming now, it's
Yeah.
the cost far outweighs that, which I could probably spend that on a new laptop, or
Mm.
I'm not buying another TV, so I don't need to worry about that. I've got that sorted. So, but yeah, I think there's more important things that I could invest
Yeah.
that in rather than on that straight away. But a bit like you, I think this time around I might wait a bit.
Yeah.
Good question, Mark, because I think again, I think he's right, and you mentioned it there. The last games that I've got have all been downloads from the PlayStation Pass that you get, or that you can
Yeah.
play, PlayStation Plus. So and they've had some really good ones to download. So it's
Yeah, and that's it. The games they give away for free now aren't, terrible games, but it depends how fussy you are, and if you're the kind of person that wants all the latest games, yeah, and that sort of thing is great for you. But if you're happy with playing a really good game that's maybe like 6 to 18 months old,
yeah,
and you can get it for free. It's
yeah,
it's absolutely amazing, isn't it? What was interesting, just to add, two things, one about the PlayStation, one about the Xbox. I read it was maybe a week or so ago that Sony had said that the generational life, so how long they plan to sell these consoles, for the PS5, it will be just over 5 years, is what they said. But historically, it has been for like PS3, PS2, and that it's been around 7.
okay,
So they're planning for this to not be around as long. But and it's apparently the shortest ever for any PlayStations. So I don't know whether that's that they've seen that the technology moves along so quickly, but yeah, I just thought that was quite interesting. But apparently, they're even with sort of like disruptions in supply chain and that. I think they're still planning on selling a ridiculous amount of them. They're sort of ramping up production
yeah,
so that they're getting a huge amount. But on an Xbox front, the other thing sort of related to what we were just talking about, they recently discontinued Xbox Live Gold
right,
for 12 months. So you could normally buy them for, I think it was like a month, 3 months, 6 months, 12
yeah,
months. Now you won't be able to buy that 12-month variant, and it's unknown. The speculation is either with the new console, they're either going to give you online play, which is basically what the gold gives you, for free,
hmm,
or they're going to make you get Game Pass, which will get because that basically includes the gold
yeah,
side of it anyway.
right,
So they'll either be really generous to corner the market, or they'll completely screw you
yeah.
financially to get it. So it'll be interesting seeing what
That is
way that
interesting.
goes.
That is
Yeah,
interesting because you could unsettle a lot of kind of
yeah,
loyal like Microsoft fans. And I think
yeah.
as much as I mean, I'll play on an Xbox if there's one to play. If I went round your house, I wouldn't be like, oh, I can't play this.
No.
But people are very kind of loyal to the brands,
Mm,
I think, that they stick with. I've been PlayStation, yeah, since the birth of PlayStation. So
yeah,
and I think that could, if they'd done that with PlayStation, I mean, I always get 12-month PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. Which is about 30 or 40 quid a year.
Something like that. Yeah, something around that. And sometimes you can get that. They'll do an offer, so you can get that a bit cheaper depending on times of the year and that. So I think that's good. It allows me to play online, and especially with games like FIFA or whatever, that's handy. FIFA update, by the way, I've not played it now. I've not played FIFA. This is like I sound like an alcoholic here or a drug addict who's gone clean for a period of time. I've not played it now since, oh God, probably at least 3 months, I reckon. Dude, I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well.
It's one day at a time.
Yeah.
But you have played 16 hours of Football Manager every single day during this period. Yeah.
Okay, moving on.